think, right, I've got to go down my unit, pick up a mower, drop that off, and then I'm off to Lancashire somewhere. And this is a new guy I've been dealing with. I had a golf course after a gator just before Christmas, or a UTV. They wanted to spend £4,000. Quite frustrating, really. They wanted to spend £4,000, 4 to 5 grand was his budget. I said, look, I've got 2 in stock at the moment. These are within your budget. They run and drive and everything work, but they're not show ponies for £4,000. Usually it's farm. Anyway, these want to look posh, don't they, and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, and then I had a Minter come in just before Christmas, a Minter. I wanted £5,000 for it. I messaged him saying, look, I've just had a Mint one come in, like this would be right up your street. One owner, well looked after, not battered, you know, tidy. Oh yeah, well I'm not back till January and I'll let you know. And I never heard a word from him. He rang me the other morning. Oh, it's something about the gator, the UTVs, etc. I was like, yeah, I remember you. Oh, well, we bought one from such and such a place, and it's not one of my competitors, but I deal with him. He's alright, to be fair, but silly dear. The money he put stuff on him. Well, like, for instance, just to give you a rundown of what kind of profit margin he sticks on stuff, I sold him a machine. I paid £1,000 for a mower, and I sold it to him for £2,000, so I traded it straight to him. Once it was too big for me, really. I couldn't get it on my drive. This was a while ago now. And he put it up for sale for $5,750 plus VAT. So, you know, I made £1,000, happy. He could have put that up for £4,000 and doubled his money, like I did, you know. No, $5,750. So he's paid £2,000 and he's trying to make just shy of £4,000 out of that machine. Still got it, mind. He's had it for well over 12 months. But that's the type of profit margins he sticks on stuff. Anyway, so he rang me. Oh, we bought one from so and so. Ah, right. I thought, oh yeah. So what did you pay? Oh, well, we paid £7,500. And I'm like, that winds me up. It's like, well, you told me £4,000 budget, and I couldn't find you anything that you wanted within that budget range. If you'd have told me you wanted to spend £7,000, I'd have found you a Minter for £7,000. But this is what these people are like. They just go somewhere else and spend their money somewhere else. Anyway, this guy's had them off. I know who he is, and I know exactly what he's done. So, and he basically rang me and said, oh look, well, I've been told I want 2 now. And I was thinking, right, so it was, first of all, you only wanted to spend 4, now you've spent 7, and now you're being told you want another one at similar sort of money. Anyway, he's rang that company back, and they've basically told him, no, they haven't got anything for him, was the initial story he told me. So I've been on the phone, rushing around, trying to find one for him, trying to help him out. And I spent about 2 days doing that, getting deals in from other traders that I know and saying, look, I've got this here, I've got that here. Not to buy it and sell it, just to pass it over, make £100 and, you know, help a customer out. But anyway, he rang me out the blue yesterday after I put forward a few proposals. Oh, well, I don't think we want one now and all this. And then his story changed. He said, oh, well, what happened was he wanted £7,500 for one of these machines, and he's got 2. So I offered him, I said, oh, well, will you take £7,000 if I buy 2 of them? So he wanted them for £7,000 each, not £7,500 each. This trader said, yeah, no problem. But what he wanted you to do was, he said, oh, we'll pay £7,500 for this one, and when you come back for the next one, I'll sell it you for £6,500. So he's agreed, hasn't he? He's rang back for the next one, and he's gone, no, there's an issue with it, and I won't sell it to you, unfortunately, no. So I just thought, and so he won't sell him one now, will he? And I just thought, I know exactly who it is, and he's a ruthless dealer, like, and we all know what he's done there, hasn't he? There's nothing wrong with that other machine, he just doesn't want to sell it for £6,500, and he's had £7,500 out of him now, hasn't he? Out of that machine, so he's laughed, hasn't he, all the way to the bank. And like, that's the guy who makes major profit on some of his machines, so guarantee he's probably paid £3,000 for that John Deere, and he sold it to him for £7,500, probably. Anyway, in the process of me trying to track down a gator for him, I was put in contact with a guy who had a gator. He wanted £8,000 for it, right on the money, no room for profit, but it was right on the money. He said, lock him in them. Oh, well, I've got this, and this. All right. He was like, oh, I'm clearing some stuff out. So even though I've wasted a couple of days trying to find a deal for this guy, it's worked in my favour, because I've now made a connection with somebody else who was clearing out his sheds. So he's got a little compact tractor and a ride-up mower there for me. So I made a deal on them, and I said, yeah, I'll come and have them. So even though it's been a wasted 2 days, it's actually benefited me in some way. So a bit frustrating, but that's what's happened. Right, so I'm nearly at my unit now, and I will go and get myself my mower and go and drop this off on my way to Lancashire to go and pick up these tractors. Well, a tractor and a mower. And this is my little Honda. Proper mint, you know. Proper being looked after. So right, let's get this loaded on and let's go. Right, as you can see from that, I've not got much left in my unit. All I've got is my little Stiga around there. The forklift in there at the minute. Right, this place is becoming a nightmare. All these people like next door to me, neighbours and bits and bobs, they all like do, everyone does Copart, don't they? Everybody wants in on that game now, and it's like, people need to realise it. It's done, innit? Finished, that Copart malarkey. It's not like it used to be, you know. Everyone jumps on the bandwagon, don't they, when someone makes a pound somewhere and everyone's on it. So there's just scrap cars everywhere here at the minute, and it's a real pain. Let's try and get turned round with my trailer on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cars that I can see just quickly turning around on this little yard now. And they're all scrap, you know, bashed up cars and not worth a penny. And they don't get onto them, you know, they all just seem to take ages. So don't get me wrong, get on with most of my neighbours, but they are taking the mick. They hire a unit and then park everything up in the communal space, which is frustrating because I've got a trailer and I'm trying to turn around and I can't turn around, and you know, I hire my unit and all my stuff stays within my unit. These people hire a unit and then park shit everywhere. Anyway, winds me up. Right, yeah, go and drop this off now. So I will catch us on again. Right, that's that just been dropped off, all sorted. We're going out Lancashire now. So I'll go off to Lancashire and then catch me at that end now, and I'll pick some stuff up and we'll head back. Probably would have stayed in school if my school looked something like this. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it now. Let's see if I can take you off the camera. Look at that for a school. A cracking thing, isn't it? You've got ponds, football fields. Tell you what, if we had something like that, you'd have just had people being thrown in it every day of the week. Now look at this. Proper posh. Anyway, I'd have stayed in school if my school looked like that. something out of Downton Abbey, innit? What a place. I might see if I can get and have a bit of a nosy round. Right, let me in. Right, yeah, right, I've got to go and find this guy now. Right, that's me loaded up. Heading home. What a place. Proper. Used to be a 500-acre estate. Private school now. Makes a fortune, as they all do. Money no object. Buy what you want, spend what you want, sort of attitude. Sell everything off at peanuts, buy a new one. So, good place to be. Just telling me there, fair dues, a young lad he was. And I've got somebody behind me, you know, I'm going like 2 miles an hour. Yeah, a young, really young lad. He said he was doing it on his own at one stage, groundworks, and he's happened to be lucky that they've then employed around him. So he's only a young lad and he's running the groundwork side of the school now. So he's, you know, not doing anything basically. Getting paid good money by the sounds of it to tell other people, you know, to go and look after the grounds and all that sort of stuff. So he's, you know, it's paid in dividends, hasn't it, for him, working on his own, running like this whole estate, doing everything on his own, that they've then employed people, like say, around him, and rather than employing somebody in to come above him, they've let him take the reins. So fair dues to him. Yeah, so a little mower, and what else have I just picked up from here? Kubota tractor. But yeah, there's some money on here though. You want to see all these cars whipping in. Private plates, brand new Range Rovers, you name it, everything. See, it's a 405 here, look. Private plate looking at me like, what? You let the riff-raff in? Yeah, proper money. But they're all stuck up snobs, aren't they? That's the problem. Anyway, righto, back home. Right, that's me back at my unit. Not a bad little run. So what time we're on? 20 to 3, so it's not too bad. Gives me a couple of hours left before it's the end of the day. Kick this off now, go through it, check it, make sure it's right. I know I bought it as a good runner and there's no issues with it, but you just double check them anyway. Check it's all working properly, there's no issues with it, and get it cleaned, washed, serviced, and put it up for sale. And kick this mower off as well. That's got a gearbox issue, I'll show you now anyway. Oh dear. Proper drop one I have. Well annoyed with myself. Carried away when I looking at that school, not really paying attention to what I was doing. This happens to us all from time to time. That tractor, I've just got half an hour for. There's no lift arms on the back, so she it's been converted or whatever. Someone's fiddled with it anyway. You do see them from time to time without the lift arms, and they're not as worth as much as the one with a, well, it's a tractor that you can't do anything with, innit? You can only tow with it really, pull a mower behind, that sort of stuff. You can't actually lift, because it's not got no lift arms, so you can't put 3-point linkage on it, you know, there's nowhere to attach anything. So yeah, well and truly dropped one there. I'm well annoyed with myself. Right, I'll go and show you. Right, so here's the mower I got. Tidy little mount field, will be when it's finished, the deck's solid. Gearbox issues on that. But this is my tractor, is where the money was. This is what I went for, and it's alright. It's not amazing, but it'll do for somebody, for something. But where the major profit would have been is this. It's got no 3-point linkage on the back end, so it's got it set up for it, but it's not on there. So you have to have them. Someone's converted it or fiddled with it or whatever and put
that on the back rather than 3-point linkage. So I'm gonna have to investigate now, aren't I, and figure out how I can get that back on. It's something to do with that there. Something to do with that. That does the thing. That's where your top mount use men go. It's got the pipes at the back, so it's ideal for towing like a tipper trailer or something. Yeah, well annoyed with myself. Oh dear. Yeah, not 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive. It's still worth what I paid for it, like, but you're trying to make money, aren't you? It's my own fault. I didn't check. I just overlooked it. Didn't properly check it over. I was just, tractor in it and just threw it on. See it run, drove it around, was like, yeah, fine, perfect. Seen the PTO work and then didn't think anything of it. What a joke. Anyway, right, no problem. I'm going to crack on with this now and see if I can diagnose this mower, see if there's a problem that I can put right, and go do my research on that tractor, see if I can get to convert that back into a 3-point linkage. Right, so there you go. That's a little day out with me. I'll catch you all on the next one.